So apparently my parents talk about a lot of heavy stuff on their podcast. Listen at your own discretion. Like, comment, subscribe, and share or whatever. Anyways, welcome to Sobriety.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Ryan. This is Jess. We are sober as fuck. Before we get to the show, I do want to remind everybody the podcast is available on every platform out there. You can find us at our website at safpodcast.com. That's safpodcast.com. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all the things
Review.
On all the podcasts. We're coming up on our 100th episode.
Nice.
There's plenty out there. Share the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Comment on it.
We've had lots of, all of our guests are amazing, but we've had really good ones.
Yeah. And it's fun to kind of see where we started to where we are now, which is pretty crazy.
I know.
How we started with no video and just talking about marriage and sobriety. And then here we are.
2 turntables and a microphone.
That's it.
Where it's at.
That's it.
I still have the microphone with the electrical tape around it.
At some point, that may end up in the Smithsonian. You do realize that, right?
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said in your life.
You just never know. We could change the world with this podcast. You never know.
We're trying, aren't we? Isn't that the goal?
That is the goal.
You're so tan.
Well, how about the pool, baby?
You and Lily are so tan.
I can't help it. I have that beautiful olive skin. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah.
Olive skin?
Sure.
Something like that.
That's what it is. I used to be tan when I was little, but that's just because we were outside all the time, and now I'm ghostly white, and I love it.
Yeah. Sitting inside reading books. Or when you are outside, you're under an umbrella, covered up, lathered in sunscreen and reading books.
I'm not covered up. I'm out in the sun, but I wear lots of sunscreen. Okay. I spend good money on Botox, filler, braces, eyelashes. I'm an open book. I never try to claim that I'm like, oh yeah, I woke up like this. And I always tell Lily, because she'll be like, you need to tan. And I'm like, I don't spend all this money to go out in the sun to get wrinkles. Are you kidding? No. She's going to look like Leatherface by the time she's my age.
Yeah, it's getting bad. I think all teenagers go through that.
I remember being young, like 5, 6 years old, and my mom loved going to the tanning bed. So this is like between 89 and 92 or 93, right? So, prime tanning. Oh, yeah. And I remember they had an area for kids that had like a bean bag and toys and stuff. And I just saunter on back there and hang out. Yeah, watch a little Disney movie on the TV VCR, and while she's tanning, lathering herself up in baby oil.
Love it.
Hey, whatever.
Sounds like a challenge.
But me, no thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of challenges, we have our May challenge coming up.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May. It's going to be different. It's nice. It's a level up challenge for May, which is really cool. 5 pillars: mental, physical, environmental, connection, and of course, discipline. So it's going to be a really cool, different challenge than what we've had for the first 4 months. So if you want to get more information on that, check out the website, safpodcast.com.
Marvelous May. That's what you should have named it. But whatever. What do I know?
I think that was up for consideration.
Was it?
But we're going to level you up. And to find out more details, go to the website. Check it out.
All right.
Jess will have it on there.
I will have it on there.
I hope.
I better.
Let's see. You better. You damn right you better.
I just quit. I resign.
Something really cool coming up in May. We both have a couple of celebrations. Big milestones. I'm 3 years. You're going to be 2 years.
June 1st.
May 20th for me. It's kind of crazy.
I know. Actually, we will be in Florida when I celebrate my 2 years.
And we're leaving like a couple days after.
It's wild too, because I didn't realize until recently how close our sobriety dates are together. I mean, obviously you're a year ahead of me.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things, you know me, like I don't ever really think about it. You're like, you're coming up on
I've
2
got,
years.
yeah,
I'm like,
usually I'm the one that tells you about it. Every once in a while you'll look at the counter because I know like when you hit 666, that was like a day you pinpointed like, oh yeah,
it's a fun one.
I gotta do something.
Well, what made me think of 666 is when you had yours, you're like angel numbers or, it means something good in sobriety. And I was like, those are devil numbers. You were like, what? You'd never heard of that.
No, I'd heard of it just in sobriety.
You were like, why you gotta like ruin all my thunder? Devil numbers. And I was like,
shade on my game.
I'm not saying that like you have to believe it. I was just saying.
Yeah.
Wicked sober.
Yeah, wicked sober.
666.
Yeah. But it's been, and this is my third year of sobriety, but in this coming up on the third year of celebrating it, it seems like every year it's almost really like reflection of like where I was, where I've come, the hard work I've put in. And it's been, this year has been a lot different because, and I've talked about it on previous podcasts where I used to just seek chaos out all the fucking time. Chaos could have been my middle name. I would create it. I would find it. I searched out for it. It would find me. I mean, it was just, that's the way my life was. And I just never had real peace in my life. I've just never felt like real comfortable and calm. And there's always shit going on around you. There is.
Oh yeah. You
always,
can't prevent
no matter
that.
what.
Yeah.
There's like no 100% peace, I think, until you're done with your life. But
I mean, I think that peace comes with the acceptance of reality.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of where I've hit a lot of it. It's just like I've again, doing a lot of reflection, not only in my sobriety, but I've also been reflecting back on, really since I kind of started drinking, which is weird, right?
I think it's weird.
Some more like memories have come up. I've thought a lot about, I've been watching like old documentaries and old movies and thinking about my childhood and things I've done, things I didn't do, things I regret. And it was just, I don't know. It's been a weird reflection, but I'm just at peace with everything in my life. Not a lot of shit really riles me up anymore. I kind of take things as I go and I don't, respond real quick. A lot of times I just
react. Responding to something is fine. Yeah. Reacting to something is not.
Yeah. But I pause for a while. Yeah. I really do. And I really think about things before I say them. With the exception of Lily sometimes. Sometimes I got to give her that quick.
When it comes with the exception of all your kids. I mean, look.
That's just because on a daily basis, it's her and she's a teenager and, she's always just she's got that, what do we call it? The smelly fart face all the time. The way she's looking at you, like she's always smelling a fart. It's just like, you always got to have a comeback ready.
She's always offended at everything. I'm like, hey, Lily, what? I'm like, can you?
It's like we're inconveniencing everything in her day.
Can you hand me that thing that's right next to you? Here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I even look at her and say, hey, Lily, I love you. And she's like, oh. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And, she's the caboose of the kids. So, I'm also thinking about her. And that's another reflection I've had is things with the kids, and she's getting to that age where stuff's gonna, things are being introduced. I went and picked her up at the movies and smelled cigarette smoke just because it was just around, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what did she do? It's your first instinct. I was like, Jesus Christ. And that wasn't it. It was just, it's funny that's the first thing you think about.
That you know of.
Yeah. And, and I'm sure she'll get introduced to everything. But, I feel like, we're very open with her and we've talked about tools that I've had to use. She's heard it. So I think she'll be good. I think she'll make good decisions. We'll see. Maybe not.
Or she won't. Or she'll just end up how she ends up.
Yeah. But again, it's another thing I'm kind of at peace with. Yeah. Everything's really, there is certain things you can control, but pretty much all of it's really out of your control. So.
And I joke too about, Lily, or she'll end up whatever. I mean, there's no guarantee, but at the end of the day, it's that peace comes from accepting that you put in what you are capable of, and you focus on things that bring peace and joy and contribute to overall success, and the rest of it's out of your hands. Like, my therapist, he's like, the only guarantee in life is that shit's gonna happen, tragic shit, fatal stuff. And he's like, and some of it happens like sooner than others. Some of it is more traumatic at a different age, but things are going to happen. You're going to lose people. You're going to get knocked on your ass. Like, that is inevitable. So once you accept the fact that, tragedy and bad things are going to happen, it's not that you're like, oh, okay, well, well. But I think that something you've seen through sobriety is there's a difference between being upset about something and having normal emotions.
Regular emotions, yes.
Anger and sadness and frustration and guilt, like those are all normal emotions. Okay. And when I said the difference between responding and reacting, at least to me, responding is taking a moment, allowing yourself to feel, really thinking about your next step. Reacting is just, acting on the height of that emotion that you're feeling.
Yeah.
So I think you are understanding that it's not that you're just this laid back, easygoing person. Yeah, things don't rile you anymore because you have that bandwidth to go, okay, just calm down for a moment.
It's like it took me a long time to understand that, plans are made.
Yeah.
Plans never, ever go the way you think they're going to go. You can write it down. You can think of it in your head. You can have it all planned out. It never goes
because we don't live in a vacuum.
I understand that, but that's things I would just, whatever happens, right? Like I'm 10 minutes late. So I'm like, oh, fuck it. I just don't do that anymore. It's like, hey, okay, I'm 10 minutes late. What's the worst thing that can fucking happen?
One of my favorite things that I learned in science, and I'm not going to get this exactly right. Okay. I've had a lot of alcohol and smoked a lot of weed since I was in high school. Okay. But in a vacuum, okay, no air or external forces. If you drop a feather and you drop a bowling ball off the top of a building, they will hit the ground at the same time. So that is life, right? The air around, gravity, all of these other external forces are what cause one thing to hit the ground faster than the other. And there's a whole like mass and weight and all that stuff. But that's how life is, right? So of course you should plan. It's like everything else, multiple things exist and you're walking a tightrope. Of course you should plan, right? Like the whole like live like you're dying, like today's your last day. I understand why we say that. And yeah, that's true to an extent. But don't live like you're dying. Okay.
Yeah.
Like at the same time, I'm
go
like,
all the way to that edge.
I love that Tim McGraw song, but
it is a good song.
It is a good song. And the message behind it is true. It means that like, you only get one life. This is your one life, make it count. But at the same time, of course you have to plan. Like you have to have at least a rough draft. And your plans,
I've had a rough draft.
But the thing is,
Jesus Christ.
You're also allowed to change your mind.
Yes.
That was something that was really difficult for you. You still struggle a little bit, but not as bad as like somebody says they're going to do something. And I'm not talking about big important stuff, right? Of course, if you tell somebody you're going to do something or be somewhere, you should. I'm talking about just the little nuances in life. Well, you said you were going to do this and you didn't, or I thought we were going to do this and now we're not. Sort of like, well, you said we were going to go to the grocery store together today. And then I'll be like, I don't feel like it. And you're like, but I thought we were supposed to. And this, little things like that.
Oh, yeah. Little things you set me off.
Right. And that is a small
crazy.
thing. Like, because who fucking cares?
It doesn't matter.
It took you a while because I would always look at you and I'd be like, does it really matter? Like, is it really that big of a deal? And it took you a really long time to be like, no, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not. And a lot of that is trust and childhood trauma and everything too. But with sobriety, that's a prime example of like quitting alcohol, quitting drugs, getting in therapy. That is just to get you to a baseline.
Yeah.
Now after 3 years, it's like, oh, Now I can really like process this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in your first like 18 months of sobriety, we fought a lot. Like you still had some of those just like
it was
old
still,
behaviors.
yeah, it was almost like that, what they call it, dry drunk, where you just,
Yeah.
you've eliminated alcohol, but you really didn't change.
Yeah, like still coming
what
home
you're
and
doing.
arguing with me
Yeah.
about laundry and
Yeah.
stuff, which is so funny because now if you came in and started arguing with me or got like seriously pissed about something like that, I just look at you and I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? You need to leave and turn around and come back. Like, what
Yes.
the fuck?
Start over.
I just like change the locks and I'd be like, you're not allowed in, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're so far removed from that now that I mean, not that we don't get under each other's skin and have little tiffs. Like we're not perfect, but at this point, I could not imagine arguing the way we used to.
Mm-hmm.
If we had an argument like that, I would almost look at you and be like,
well, again,
are you drinking?
But that's the therapy and things,
Exactly.
working through
Exactly.
it. Yeah, it's huge.
And you have
learn
to
how
continue.
to fight fair, when you do, because you're going to have an argument, just like playing it. It's going to happen. But just learning how to deal with it differently, because before it was just,
I'm right, you're wrong.
Fuck you. Yeah, I'll just go to the bar.
Well, but even after you got sober, though, you was still that habit, and we both did it. I mean, I take blame for it too.
And I think journaling was a big part, which we put on a new blog about me journaling, especially
we did. Check
the
it
past
out.
3 years. But journaling was really big for me in sobriety. At first it was just like starting out, just kind of throwing some tasks in there, what I want to do today, or writing an affirmation. I was just trying anything to get my day started. And then it turned into really putting down thoughts, feelings about my day, what went well, what went like shit. It could be work, could be you and I, could be me and one of the kids. It was just, it was great to put pen to paper. Sometimes even in my phone, in my journal app, I started using that. I quit it because I enjoyed pen to paper better, but writing those feelings out, talk about calm. It really, it's a release instead of unleashing on somebody verbally. Being able to release it on paper and think, is it really that fucking important? Is it really worth an argument? Is it really worth,
being mean and
like
getting angry? And when I say, I don't mean like feeling angry, but like acting on anger is never worth it.
Right.
Like, I mean, it would have to be something that is like you walk in on someone like murdering your kid, or, something that would like is likely not to happen. It's never, ever, ever worth it.
Yeah.
And I think too, with writing things down, it's like they tell people like, you're so angry, give it like an hour or two. And I guarantee it's not that you won't still be pissed, but you won't be at that level.
You realize it wasn't as important as you kind of placed it.
So when you're able to write it down and then go back, you're like, man, I'm glad I didn't say that. I will say, how like in movies and stuff and like books, like they'll talk about someone passes away and they go through their stuff and they find their journals and they read them. I never want to read your journals. I don't want to know.
I'm shocked.
You can keep them and that's fine.
I like going back and looking, because I didn't start journaling like day one, when I got, it was like, 30, 45 days in, but it's interesting looking at
seeing the progression of
because, my thoughts at that time are so different than what they were now, especially stuff I'd write like with us.
Yeah.
Like this morning, you and I went on a long walk together.
That was nice.
And we didn't really say anything. We just enjoyed being outside, walking, and we've never done that before.
No.
It's again, peace, calm. It's just been it's been a hell of a almost 3 years now. I can't imagine anything different.
And I think too, like, I don't want to know every thought you have in your head, just like you don't want to know every thought I have in mind,
No, I don't.
And it's funny, but like there are some couples who are like, they want to be each other's everything and they want to know, like, I know you and I both know a lot of couples who would like sneak and read each other's like journals. They just would not be able to help themselves. Right.
And so stand it.
Because you think that I don't know, maybe it's your own insecurity, but I'm like, I don't want to know. And I make a joke. Like, it's not that I think that you have anything terrible in there. It's that I genuinely don't want to know. That is yours. Like I've said this on previous podcasts, but you cannot be somebody's everything.
Yeah.
And you can't take offense when they're like, I'm sorry, but it's not that I don't trust you. It's that I need this group of people right now. And I think that's been a big success too. Like
Connection's been
yeah,
huge. Yeah.
To the point that I think we have ruined Lily. Can we pivot to that for a minute? I don't know if I told you this, but she told me, and if she listens to this, she went, Mom, don't talk about me. She's like, when I say talking to a boy, I literally mean they've never met and they just like text, right? That goes to a different school, which is, she's 15. She's going to be 16 in less than a year. Like dating is not something that's like crazy, but they're not dating. Okay. And I'd asked her, I was like, are you still talking to this kid? She's like, yeah. And she goes, you know what my favorite thing about him is? I was like, what? She goes, he goes to a different school. I was like, really? That just means you never get to see him. She's like, exactly. I was like, oh my God. She said, so if I get sick of him, she goes, you know how I am, Mom. I get sick of people really fast. Yeah. So if I get sick of him, I can just stop talking to him. That's right. And I don't ever have to run into him. I was like, Lily, like, what the heck? She's like, you know me. Yeah. You know me. I was like, okay. She said that, she's like, I can't fathom really dating somebody because I don't want to have to call somebody every single day or check in with them or do any of those things. And I told her, I said, do you think a lot of that is because you've seen your parents very independent? Probably, She's like, I don't know. I don't know. She's like, I would not be able to do that. Cause she even checks you. Like when you called us at the nail salon, she goes, what do you want? She is getting her nails done. Like, what is,
it's like, I'm hungry. I want to get food.
But it's cool. Cause it's like, I have a little like girlfriend, so she'll be like, I can't remember what it was, but you called me like twice in a row. And she's just like, what is the problem? I said, I don't know. I think he needs to talk to me. And she like picked up the phone and she was like, what is so urgent that you have to call back to back? We are busy. Like, she even said, she goes, what are you afraid of? That's Mom's out here cheating on you. And
I'm
you were like,
hungry.
You went, whoa. You're like, no, like, what the hell? She goes, we're busy. If you're hungry, go eat and we'll see you later. And like hung up the phone. I was like, Lily, she's like, oh my God, don't put up with that. Ew. I was like, you're too much. But in a sense, like I love that she's that independent. And I think that seeing you get sober, seeing me work on my mental health and seeing that shift has really showed her that like it's an inside job.
Yeah, I think she's seen the tools at work with both of us, which is really cool. And she gets to see it on a daily basis.
And she's also just like, you're responsible for your own happiness. I'm responsible for my own happiness. Like, it's funny to see in a 15-year-old, but she's like, I am not a rehab for broken people. Yeah. And I love that.
And I will say to everybody watching to kind of rewind a minute back to the journal stuff, because you brought up a good point. I know a lot of people fear of journaling, thinking someone's going to read it. I will say, if you do have that fear, there's apps for journals and stuff like that.
Good point.
Where you can put, privacy, things like that. Because I know a lot of people are afraid of doing that. Or another good thing too is just get a piece of paper, burn the son of a bitch, throw it away, take it with you to work, keep your stuff at work, stuff like that. But being able to write it down, or even, just kind of with your phone or something like that, where you can delete it, sometimes really helps. I just wanted to throw that out there because I know a lot of people get a little intimidated by journaling because of that.
Or people could be in a relationship where that happens.
Yeah. And it's hard for you. It's a great tool to use, but I do know a lot of people get intimidated by it for that reason. I just want to say there is other options out there for you to use. You just got to check them out, or hell, reach out to us and we'll help you find something. How about that?
And if you are the partner, don't fucking read the journal. Okay. Don't be a snoop.
Leave it alone.
Nobody likes a snoop. Okay. Don't be snoopy.
Yeah. I mean, and the other thing that, I guess since we're moving on from that, but, another thing that hit me a couple weeks ago was burnout again. And again, that's another thing that seems to happen once you get to like a big milestone. It's kind of like that, you hit your first year. Now what? I got burnout so bad
Mm-hmm.
the past few weeks. I was just like, I'm done with sobriety. Not in the sense of I'm done being sober.
The structure and the regimen
Everything
and all that,
was
yeah.
just, so, you get to a point where you were doing everything for so long and it's a great routine, but it's like, man, I just need a fucking break.
And you become numb to it. It's almost like you're on autopilot where you're not even feeling it anymore. And you're like, that dopamine goes away.
Yeah. And, a lot of meetings were, and I know it happens everywhere. I don't care what platform you're on. It happens everywhere. You get into a meeting and you get the same people that share the same thing every day or, every meeting, whatever. And it's fine. It happens. Some people just got to get their shit out. And I don't have a problem with it, but you get burnt out on it.
Mm-hmm.
And, look for that other outlet. So, I started making my focus on, really newcomers.
Yeah.
People just starting out and listening to them and encouragement and things like that. I think that's really helped me get back to where I'm at like today, where I'm at now, where I'm just like, yeah, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was burnt out, but it's great. And I was forcing myself to go to meetings because when you think you don't need one, that's when you need one.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're having a good day, you need one. So it was one of those things like I thought, I might be able to skip a day or two. I forced myself every time there was one available and I was sitting at home, I would just get on it. Even 15
and like
minutes.
you said, switch it up. Like,
yeah,
go to a meeting. You don't have to go to the same meeting you were before. Or like, if you're
I think that's
sick
a big
of
thing
your
too, is the same thing over and over.
If you're sick
again.
of your
It's
workout
switch it up a little
regimen,
bit.
then like
switch it up
a little bit.
I started boxing
and
again.
I would start out by doing it very small, just to be
Yes.
careful, because that can be a slippery slope. So it can be something like, if you normally walk on the treadmill and then lift weights and then walk on the treadmill. Like little things like that, I've found force your brain to start working a little more.
And you enjoy it more because you're mixing it up, kind of like like us walking today. We have just being outside and walk. It was talk about energetic. I mean, it was just like,
well, and even just little things, like if you normally start lifting with your right hand, start with your left hand, because it just forces you out of that
same repetition.
Yeah, like it forces you out of that robotic like movement. So it doesn't even have to be something big. It's just like a new relationship or like a new house or a new car or anything, you know. At first it's that dopamine kick and you're like, oh my God, I love this.
Right.
And then
it wears off.
It gets boring. That's normal. That's okay. Add something in there.
Kind of like our challenge. It's got a lot of that for me.
Yeah.
Switch it up. Level yo ass up.
Level yo ass up.
There it is.
Just your ass? Just your ass?
Level yo ass up, man.
Just your ass?
Oh, God. Your mind.
I mean, that's okay.
That's all right.
Booty up.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on coming up on 2 years.
Congratulations on coming up on 3 years. You're amazing for a white guy.
It's been a hell of a ride, man. Can't wait to see what the next year. And, we're going to have a celebratory episode for, we're coming up literally on 2 years, over 100 episodes. It's been an amazing journey. That's for sure.
It has been. You missed my little joke in there. I said, you're all right for a white guy.
Yeah, I heard you.
For a white man. You're a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. Anyways. It's good times. Never a dull moment.
Catchphrases never end.
Mm-hmm. We've had one recently that's been
the old John Voight from Zoolander.
Walking around with your wiener hanging out. We say it too, like, even when it doesn't apply. Like, anytime somebody is doing something that's weird or odd or out of place, we're like, you just out here with your wiener hanging out.
We both laugh.
It's just part of it.
Stupid inside jokes.
Now we've shared it with you.
Yes, now you can start saying it too.
So you got to look at somebody.
With your wiener hanging out.
You gotta look at somebody with your wiener hanging out.
That's right.
So it's listen, if you're in a bad mood, say that, and I promise you won't be in a bad mood anymore. It's a good one.
Well, that's all we got for today. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We've got a hell of a lineup of guests coming up, so stay tuned. Some more authors. It's gonna be a hell of a summer. That's for sure. I can't wait.
I can't wait too.
My hip surgery and all. Ugh.
you'll
We'll
be
talk
all right.
about that later.
You'll be all
We'll
right.
talk to you guys soon. See ya. If you love the podcast, which I know you do, please like, subscribe,
and hit that notification bell to get
Boom.
notified every time we post.
That's right. Dropping them, baby. Word.